Alright, what we have here is a good example of carbide precipitation or sensitization of stainless. Around the world here has failed because it's basically not stainless anymore because the chromium has been depleted because it's been running in what we call the precipitation range. Now what this is, an exhaust tailpipe. Down here it's out of the cowling in the breeze, and up here it's under the cowling in the hot, and somewhere in between the temperature is perfect for carbide precipitation to occur. Okay, by way of a little diversion, we're doing the sheet-to-sheet test. There's not much to worry here, but okay, we want to avoid what we just looked at, which is carbide precipitation, that problem with 300 series stainless, where if it spends a long time at a certain temperature, the carbide precipitation range, I think it's like 400 to 800 Fahrenheit, I can't exactly remember. But if it spends too long in that range, it's basically not stainless anymore, because any carbon that's in the metal will bind itself to the chromium, and then the chromium is effectively depleted. So when we're welding, what we want to do is not get the whole weldment hot. Use chill bars. I've got a big lump of copper strapped to the back of it. And I'm going to weld in short runs. You can see where I started there. I'm going to back step and just give it time to cool. I've got a piece of Scotch-Brite jammed in that end with the argon going to the inside. Copper on the back there. I'm not penetrating right through this thicker piece, so I'll probably get away with that argon on the back. And we'll get the tip and get the electrode really tight in there and start as you mean to go on. It's no good being out here and having a bit melt here, a bit melt here, and then trying to kind of neck it down because you have a hole underneath. Get that electrode in really tight, get the heat going quickly, and get moving. Dunk, 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 dunk. Hopefully you'll have not too horrific looking weld with rainbow colours and not greys and sooty colours. Thanks for watching. Okay, so these are the pieces to go away for testing. Not super neat, not terrible. We'll see what happens. A little bit of distortion on the base, but I can just straighten that out. I don't know if you can see down the middle, but we had argon on the inside. We have just about penetrated to the root. Again, with the sheet to sheet, I don't know, I seem to be welding a bit hot these days. That's gone quite flat, that bead. It is just prouder there. We'll see what happens. Main thing is we got some, nice colour, and it's reasonably free of oxidation. Tempted to do another one, but we'll see. Right, here's another little quickie. We were talking about carbide precipitation. What we're actually talking about, I think, the word I was looking for is sensitization of the stainless. This is an exhaust system. Okay, the stack pipes run really hot and they scale a little bit, but they last well. The mufflers, the heat exchanger parts which feed cabin heat, tend to be made of a higher grade, like 321, or a stabilised grade, which is less susceptible. Often the tailpipes are just regular 3 or 4L or something like that. And here's where this bit is all hot, shielded inside the cowling, and this part is sticking out into the atmosphere and it's cold. And somewhere in between you get this kind of thicker, different kind of scaling. It actually looks like rust, and it sort of is. Eventually this metal in this area turns to papery junk and just crushes under your fingers, and that's because it's running at the temperature range where carbon can combine with the chromium. Okay, if it's 3 or 4L, it won't have much carbon in it. If it's a stabilised grade, I'll probably have a little titanium in it, which binds to the chromium and does still remain resistant. But these are full of soot on the inside because they're connected to an internal combustion engine, and carbon will eventually get into the metal. And yeah, it's not stainless anymore, it's gone rusty.